بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. أما بعد, this evening we read some verses where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions the word Taghoot many times. He mentions the word Taghoot. Ibn al-Qayyim rahimahullah described Taghoot as being 5, and it's also mentioned in Surah Thalatha that Taghoot from the Arabic language means to transgress, to go beyond the limits, to go beyond the boundaries. This is Taghoot. And so they describe them as being, number 1, the one who claims to know the unseen, because only Allah knows the unseen. So anyone else who claims to know the unseen, then he is Taghoot. He is Taghoot. He has gone beyond the boundaries. Excuse me. It happened in Mecca once. Sheikh Rabi' Hafidhullah was giving a lecture, Fath al-Majid. Lightning had hit the, subhanallah, the Masjid. All the sound went. Sheikh continued. Continued to teach right to the end. He said, Naam. So Taghoot is, number 1, we said, the one who claims to know the unseen. So if somebody from the so-called Sufi sheikhs claim to know the unseen, then they are Taghoot. Why? Because this is only for Allah. Allah says in the Quran, وَعِنْدَهُ مَفَاتِيحُ الْغَيْبِ لَا يَعْلَمُهَا إِلَّا هُ. And with him is the keys to the unseen. No one knows it except him. And with him are the keys to the unseen. No one knows it but him. Only Allah knows the unseen. And in the last part of Surah Al-Luqman, Allah mentioned some of the unseen. إِنَّ اللَّهَ عِنْدَهُ عِلْمُ السَّاعَةِ, the hour, Yawm al-Qiyamah. Nobody knows. Even Rasulullah when he was asked, when is the hour? What did he say? مَا الْمَسْئُولُ عَنْهَا بِأَعْلَمَ مِنَ السَّائِلِ. The question, the one being questioned, knows no more than the questioner. No one knows the unseen. No one knows the hour. إِنَّ اللَّهَ عِنْدَهُ عِلْمُ السَّاعَةِ وَيُنَزِّلُ الْغَيْثِ. And he sends down the rain. Only Allah knows when it's going to exactly rain. They estimate in the weather forecast. How many times they get it wrong? They say it's going to be sunny and it rains. So they estimate. But only Allah knows exactly when it's going to rain. وَيَعْلَمُ مَا فِي الْأَرْحَامِ. And only Allah knows exactly from the, even before the fetus is in the womb, Allah knows what's in the womb. Subhanallah. He knows if it's male or female. You have to go to the hospital, get scanned, all that. See the process you have to go through. And even after that, they get it wrong. And how many times they get it wrong? So only Allah knows. And that is when? After 4 months. Allah knows even before that and before. Subhanahu wa ta'ala, because His knowledge is vast, extending over the heavens and the earth, far. Cannot limit His knowledge. He is Al-Alim. Allamul Ghuyub. The one who knows. The Shahada, that which is apparent, and that which is ma yukhfa alayk, that which is hidden from you, are the same to Allah. Subhanallah. Allah mentioned in the Quran. That's that which is apparent and that which you don't even see, both of them are the same for Allah. Allah knows. For you only know what's apparent, and even that you don't know it fully. Allah's knowledge has full knowledge of even the apparent. He knows the oceans and how many fish in there, providing for them, feeding every single one, every single day, every single bird on the face of this earth, animal, 4-legged animal, whether it's those in the jungle, those in the forest, wherever anything is from His existence, Allah knows. So He knows what's in the wombs. He mentioned, وَيَعْلَمُ مَا فِي الْأَرْحَامِ وَمَا تَدْرِي نَفْسٌ مَاذَا تَكْسِبُ غَدًا. No soul knows what's going to earn tomorrow. You don't know. Maybe you go to work, says, I'm sorry, you're sacked today. No job for you. Or there's been riots, you go and your shop has been smashed. Nothing for you today. That's it. So only Allah knows what you're going to earn tomorrow exactly. Big crash, you lose everything. SubhanAllah. How many times we heard that? You see that in the news, you hear it in the news, BBC. Now how many times you hear, 10 years I've been working on this project. all gone. No one knows what it's going to earn tomorrow from their provisions, because that's all with Allah. And look at the crisis that we are in now. The current crisis, turmoil. People wondering what is the problem. The problem starts from neglecting Islam. From those things that is being neglected and has been overused and overlived in the Western societies is a riba, usually. Allah says, يَمْحَقُ اللَّهُ الرِّبَا وَيُرْبِ صَدَقَاتِ. Riba, He will make it go down and He will increase your charity. So what you give in charity is like a seed which gives out 7 seeds, and each of the 7 seeds gives out another 100 seeds. Look at that. 700 to whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wills. But riba, usury, يَمْحَقُ اللَّهُ الرِّبَا. They think they are getting richer, but they are only getting poorer. How do we know that? You can see the current card. You can't live on riba and get away with it. Allah said it in the Quran, يَمْحَقُ اللَّهُ الرِّبَا وَيُرْبِ الصَّدَقَاتِ. You can't get away with it. This is from the Quran. So when you see, oh, rich first world nation, they say, but they got trillions of debt. Trillions of debt. Can't control it. Why? Because of upon riba. Upon riba. They have left that which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His Messenger called to. They have left Islam and upon its correct understanding. Now they're looking into Islamic economics. Before you would even hear that they will have Islamic economics, Islamic banking they call it. Before, you never heard this. You see, they're in a mess, in a big problem, because they left the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They will never come out of it until they leave the riba. Number 4, وَمَا تَدْرِي نَفْسٌ بِأَيِّ أَرْضٍ تَمُوتُ. No soul knows where it's going to die. Only Allah knows that. You may go on holiday. That would be a reason for you to go on to the next life. That holiday. How many people go on holiday? They don't come back. You may go on Umrah. You may just go down the road. Allah knows where you're going to die. And only Allah knows. It's all prepared, planned. Allah is the mudabbir, the planner of all affairs, subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is based upon His great wisdom. And how many times we see that? Shaykh Ibn Uthaymeen rahimahullah, they said to him, to leave Saudi Arabia in order to get, treatment. The Shaykh didn't want to. He didn't want to. Why? Because he feared that he would die in a non-Muslim country. So one time he did leave, but he was eager to get back. And the same with Shaykh Muqbir rahimahullah, rahimahullah jami'an. They didn't want to leave. Shaykh Ibn Uthaymeen rahimahullah, because of the cancer, they said to him, have chemotherapy, but your hair will fall out, your beard, all of that will fall out. He refused to take chemotherapy because he didn't want to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala without the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He didn't want to meet Allah azza wa jal without the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Now for us it's easy to follow the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. This was the life of the ulama, that they loved Allah and His Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. That they wanted to be, as we read today, with the best of the people. Min al-Nabiyyin, the prophets, والصديقين والشهداء والصالحين وحسن أولئك رفيقا, with the righteous, the martyrs. They want to be with them, and the truthful ones. And what a beautiful companionship that is. So this is what they want, and they worked in this life with good deeds, with rectifying their aqidah for that. So he said Taghoot, number 1 is the one who claims to know the unseen. And Allah mentioned in the Quran, Surah Al-Luqman, right at the end, specifically 5 aspects of the unseen. It's not only that, there are other aspects, but He specified those in that surah. And then afterwards He said, Inna Allah alimun khabir. Allah is all knowing and all aware. So how is it now? We find some of these Sufis, they say, and one of them said to me, my Shaykh in Manchester, Naqshbandi, he says he knows if I even prayed Fajr just by looking at my face. SubhanAllah, just by looking at his face, he knows if he's prayed Fajr or not. I told this individual, but Shaitan, when he urinates over the one who misses his Fajr prayer, when he urinates in the air, It's the air that he urinates, not his face. What is he saying? Is he claiming that he can see this? So they claim the unseen for themselves. These are Taghoot. They are the false deities who try to share an attribute of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And from that attribute is that or the name of Allah, that Allah is all aware of the unseen. That what is apparent and what is hidden is the same for Allah. For these individuals, they try to deceive their followers by claiming to them that they know the unseen. And we know that that is Taghoot. So that Naqshbandi there is Taghoot. No doubt. No doubt about it. The second type of Taghoot is Shaitan. He's Taghoot because he trespassed the boundaries. And he will try to lead everyone astray. Allah says, لَأَغْوِيَنَّهُمْ أَجْمَعِينَ. That he, Shaitan, said, I will lead all of them astray. إِلَّا عِبَادَكَ مِنْهُمُ الْمُخْلَصِينَ. Except the sincere worshippers amongst them. Allah ordered him to bow down to Adam and he refused. He refused. Became haughty and proud and arrogant. These are traits of Shaitan, not of the believers. To be arrogant and haughty and rejecting the Sharia of Allah. These are all attributes of Shaitan, the Taghoot. That is also Taghoot, the rejected one that some evil people even worship. Number 3 of Taghoot, the one who doesn't rule by Allah's law. Taghoot. Now there is tafsir to this. There is more explanation to this that Ahl Sunnah give other than Ahl Bid'ah, other than the innovators. The scholars they mention, Sheikh Salih Fawzan, he says, the one who doesn't rule by Allah's law is upon 4 levels. He could be number 1. If he says that man-made laws are better than Allah's laws, then he's not a Muslim. Number 2, if he says man-made laws are the same as Allah's law on the same level, he's not a Muslim. It's not just he says, يَعْتَقِد, he believes. You see the difference between he says and he believes? He believes, number 1, that other than Allah's laws, the man-made laws, are better than Allah's law. The second one is, he believes that they are the same. He's not a Muslim. Number 3, he believes that he has a choice between Allah's law or man-made laws. He's not a Muslim. Number 4, he believes Allah's law is the truth. He believes Allah's law is the truth. Like if you hear now King Abdullah of Saudi Arabia, he will say the Sharia of Allah is the haqq. We follow the Quran and Sunnah, that is the haqq. But it's not perfect. They have deficiency. As Sheikh Salih Fawzan said, it's not perfect, but there are some deficiencies. Sheikh Salih Fawzan said this category, because he believes Allah's law is the truth, but he falls short in implementing that, then he is a Muslim. However, he is sinful according to how much he has ruled other than Allah's law in that which he himself believes that he must, but he is sinful in that which he doesn't do. Just like, for example, if a Muslim has mortgage, he believes it's haram. You say to him, brother, it's haram, it's riba. He says, yeah, no, but I need a house. You see the difference between that one. This one is a Muslim, but he is sinful for falling into that. He is. But another individual says, oh, what riba? What is this Islamic legislation? Well, we don't even believe in this. This khalas. After you establish the proof upon him, show him the evidence and this, and if he still rejects, he leaves Islam. He leaves Islam. So there are 2 different types then. There is the specific ruling and the general ruling. And not only that, there is